Hello everybody, this is Valencia and welcome to my channel Balloons in Business, where I show you the business of balloon and event decor. So today I'm going to show you how I decorated this client's 18th birthday party. So if you want to see how I did it, just stay tuned. So I'm using Sempertex Rosewood, Sempertex Reflex Pink, Sempertex Blush, and Sempertex Pink in sizes 5, 12, 18, 24, and 36 inch. I want to show you up close how I tie my balloons. I want to make sure I leave enough neck out because I'm going to need that for later. I stretched out the Reflex Pink balloons before blowing them up because they were a little coney. I also put my hand on the top and release air from the bottom to try to give them a more round shape. So I'm double stuffing this balloon color right here. I'm putting pink inside of blush. And just a note that before I double stuffed, I blew up the pink balloons first, then I released all of the air out, and then I double stuffed the balloons and blew them up together. And that makes it easier to blow those balloons up. So the next thing I'm going to do is start twisting the dupes together into clusters. I twisted about 9 or 10 dupes together into this cluster. And this is a color block garland, so I'm twisting balloons of the same color together. And next, I'm going to be tying the clusters together using a neck from one balloon in one cluster and a neck from another balloon in the other cluster. And this is what I was talking about when I was tying the dupes together. You want to leave enough neck out so that you can easily tie the clusters together. I like connecting the balloon garland together using this method because it saves on material and it makes the balloon garland nice and sturdy. So once I'm done connecting the base of my balloon garland together, I'm going to be adding the larger balloons. These are 24-inch balloons. I forgot to mention I use 24-inch balloons as well as 36-inch balloons. So this is how I add my 5-inch decorators. I twist the balloons into small clusters and then I tie them together using a 260 balloon. One cluster on each side. Then I wrap the clusters around the base of the garland to fill in gaps. So here's how the garland looks so far. I like to have my garlands finished as much as possible before getting on location, and I'll add clusters accordingly. When setting up my wood backdrop stand, I like to use cinder blocks. I like to make sure that my decor is as secure as possible, especially for outdoor settings. And here I am adjusting the bulbs on my marquee numbers. I made these myself. I will be doing a tutorial on those, so stay tuned for that tutorial. So I'm going to be using some clamps, and I'm going to put these clamps onto the board at several points. And this is how I'm going to be attaching the balloon garland. I want to show you up close how I use a 260 balloon and I wrap it around the base of the balloon garland and I tie it together into a loop. Then I'm going to take that loop and I'm going to put it underneath the clamp. And that's how I attach the balloon garland onto the wall. So now I will be adding in a few small clusters to thicken up the balloon garland at the bottom and the midpoint. Now normally I would add the clusters using the same method in which I made the base of the balloon garland, basically tying a neck of one balloon from the cluster into the neck of another balloon inside the actual garland, but I was having difficulty doing that, so I had to use 260 balloons to connect the clusters, the gold orb balloons, as well as the 5-inch decorators that I used to fill in the gaps. So I decided to use glue dots to attach that small orb balloon at the top of the balloon garland. When attaching the garland onto those marquee numbers, I use the same method as I did with the Chiara wall. I put some clamps on that marquee 8, and I use a 260 balloon to tie a loop around that small garland and then put the loop underneath the clamps. Now I'm cleaning up in the back of those numbers, pushing all of the plugs and wires to the back of the balloon garland so they won't be visible. So here is the finished product. So if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, go ahead on and like it, and please subscribe for notifications for future videos on balloon and event decor. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.